Hi Aries, this is Just with your May 1st to the 15th, 2017 council. I hope that you guys have had or are having an enjoyable day so far. So it looks like Aries, for some of you, particularly my Aries men, some of you have recently gotten a final judgment in your divorce. Some of you could have gotten a final judgment in child support, or it could be both. Like you're going through divorce, and obviously they're factoring in the children support, visitation, all of that stuff. But I do see that a judgment has come in, which has been quite favorable for some of you Aries. It has been some waiting and waiting. It could have been 7 months, 7 weeks of waiting for this to kind of go through, and finally you have been the victor in this. Okay, for some of you, particularly again, those Aries men, it may not you may not be 100% able to kind of leave, move on, or be done with this particular phase of your life until like June, right? So you put in preliminaries together, but you already pretty much know that everything is finalized. But in June, you may have thought, okay, finally, I've been here for this time to make sure that this was taken care of, and now I can actually move. So some of you have been planning to actually move after this is done. It does look like you're going to be moving in that direction. I do see that, and again, you may be leaving the home. Okay, she could have gotten the home, but you may have been able to save on not paying as much child support. And I do feel like you guys amicably came to some type of agreement as to how much you're going to pay out, that sort of thing. It could go vice versa. So my Aries ladies, this could also work in your way as well. You could be paying out child support as well. And I do feel like I'm just trying to look, guys, to see. You came to an amicable decision about the child support. Your mate could be taking the home or keeping the home. And I'm trying to see. Okay, and it can be because some of you, which I want to kind of get into this later, but I'll just touch on it right now. Some of you, there could have been a situation where you couldn't have moved on with another person until this was taken care of. Okay, or this person getting pregnant and having a child was the result of an infidelity of some sort and resulted in a child, which now you have to pay child support to. And you could be on the outs with your mate at this time, but we'll get further into that as I get into this reading, among other areas of love. Now, I do see that this month, May, is going to be very successful. It looks like some of you have been making specific plans to move forward in your life. It looks like you guys have been quite successful, doing a lot of great things, and I've been seeing that for Aries. So congratulations for those of you who's really made your time work for you, who's really been living life in a very intentional sort of way. Congratulations. It looks like there is something new that you're starting or have started. It has, paid off, and it's showing to be quite successful for you. Now, this could be in your existing business, but you're doing something new. You're bringing something new to the table with your business, and it's taken off. Or you've made a plan of some sort to go someplace new, to do something new. But I do get this newness introduced into your life or created by you that may have at first not necessarily been it didn't take off at first. For some of you, it was delayed, and now it's pretty solid and it's pretty stable. Others of you, that may be happening for you, so continue doing what you're doing. If you feel like I did start something and it's not necessarily taken off for me, it may just take another month for you. So it just depends on where you are with energies at this time. It does seem like you could be speaking with a lawyer or some type of counsel to try to make sure that you are crossing your T's and dotting your I's with this new thing. But it really does make you feel excited. And I do feel like you may have an advisor or counsel that could be a female, or it could be your mate. But someone, and again, I feel like it's more female, that could be counseling you or partnering with you and making things a lot easier for you. Either they're, it could be an agent. So some of you could be looking for a home, because I've been saying that for months now, that, Aries is looking, and I feel more to purchase a home, to move into something that's more long standing for you guys. And there could be an agent that you're communicating with that's giving you counsel, that's working in tandem with you to obtain this goal, or it could be business related, that sort of thing, or legally. Again, of some sort of female that's aiding you and helping you obtain your goals. Now, I do see that as it relates to movement, there's going to be a lot of movement for you guys in the month of May. You're going to be very excited about a particular situation, again, that you're doing. Some of you could be going on trips, is what I see. But it looks like the trips, you may be going alone, or you may be going with a friend. I don't necessarily see like a love trip. Okay, although you can be. Some of you are going as a family, as a couple, and your mate may be bringing their child, or you could be bringing your own child, that sort of thing. Or your children together. But I do see like trips happening. I do see some planning of trips, speaking to a person. This will be at least for the very first 2 weeks, is what I'm seeing, referring to someone that has the skill set in which you are seeking to obtain something that will help you obtain what you want. Okay. Now I do see that there's going to be some sort of having to stake your claim or be adamant about a particular thing that you want. So for those of you who have not been successful in finding a home, you may find the home that you want, right? And you may be adamant about that particular home, okay? Really adamant about something that you really want to accomplish, something that you feel passionate about. I do see you guys putting out a lot of fires this month, or toward the end of the middle of May. So something may come up that you have to kind of like put out this fire and that fire and this fire and that fire. But it's not like it's something that you can't do. It's like you'll do what you need to do, and then you'll be moving on. I do see a lot of movement. I do see moving for a lot of you again. So again, those of you who have been looking for work, it may have seemed a bit slow. It's starting to pick up for a lot of you that's in that particular situation. For those of you at work, it looks like some of you have come up with a master idea to make life more efficient for you at the workplace. I do see that you may be talking. Some of you could be in talks with your manager, supervisor, that sort of thing. They could be putting you on a project where you have to now travel a lot. Others of you, there may be you traveling a lot to go on interviews, or you may have to go a distance in order for you to work at a particular company, is what I kind of see here. But it looks favorable for a lot of you that relates to if you're going at a distance to travel someplace. It may be very favorable for some of you. Okay. Now, the advice here is, if your business, okay, something that you're doing for yourself, doesn't seem to be working, it doesn't seem to be getting off the ground, you're very passionate about it, you're excited about it, and you may find yourself having to, you may be finding yourself being challenged by it. It's one problem after another. Stick with it. The advice is to really stick with it, because eventually, if not 3 weeks from now, then 3 months from now, things will turn around for you for the better. Okay. You will have the ability to make things grow, and it be very beneficial for a lot of you. So I would say continue doing what you're doing. Don't give up. Even if at first some things have come about to be a bit of a disappointment, is what I would say. Now, yeah. And that could be specific to some of you Aries men, but it's relatable to both Aries men and women, if you can relate to this. Now, as we go into love, I do see that there has been some waiting around. Some of you have been waiting around to hear from someone. Okay, some of you have made a decision after you have been waiting for some time to kind of contemplate, do I stay? Do I go? And you may have decided to veer on the side of doing what's right? I do see for some of you reconciliations with a particular person. And now that things have kind of, like in the past, you may have not wanted to, okay. Some Aries have decided to make things work with a particular person that you may feel like this is your soulmate. This is the right person for you. This person has always been there for you. They've always had your back. They can be counted on. You know that they love you. Some of you may feel like you're not ready or they're not ready. So for some Aries women, it could be you feeling like this person isn't ready. And for my Aries men, you may have to admit to yourself that you're not particularly ready, but it could also be your mate that you feel isn't necessarily ready as well. So it just depends on your circumstance. But I'm getting more from specifically if it's Aries men, you're not necessarily ready for what she's ready for. She really is ready to love and marriage and move on to that next stage of life. And although you know that she's a good catch and that you have this, infinite love with one another, there could have been some disappointment and pain, separation between the two of you that could have lasted 3 months, 3 weeks for some of you. And now there's some reconciliation, but you still have this youthful, excitable energy about yourself. And although, you came up with the right plan and you was very successful in working things out together again, there's a part of you, again, on an emotional level and just on a practical level that may be not ready to just commit and concede. Like I did see last month that you guys were seeming very much practical and mature and grown up and ready for a lot of things. Or he was, just depends on your circumstance. But now there may be a morsel of like, you guys are doing really well for yourself. You're very successful. Life is going well for you guys, right? And so you may be delaying trying to get into something so serious, delaying moving in together with this person, delaying, although you've reconciled, there's a bit of apprehension still of going all the way with this person. Okay. And I do see that some of you may be talking to your friends. Some of you may be talking to your mom, someone that you feel you can confide in to give you some truths, to give you some wisdom about the situation. Okay. Some of you may be trying to come to a clear situation of like, am I ready to like just not necessarily continue this, particularly if you are an Aries woman. You may become very, very mentally clear or very judgmental. When I say that, I mean it in the most clearest of ways, judging right, wrong, black, white, that sort of thing, not necessarily being emotional about it, but seeing the person for who they are and trying to decide if this is actually what you want and what you want to move forward to. And I feel like some of you, if you don't necessarily kind of get your act right, the person will be moving on. Okay. Because the person is really seeing that you're showing some of those old ways about yourself, even though at first you could have seemed like last month you guys really was seeming like you were turning over a new leaf, and they may be saying, okay, I'm seeing these old ways about you that you're still not necessarily ready, and it seems like it's still going to be some nonsense. There could be another person involved that you kind of want to work on things with. You could be seeing someone at the job is what I'm seeing here. Others of you, there could be some discord in your relationship. Your mate just may want to have just be loved and have you love them, and you just want to really kind of be off doing your own thing. And there may be somebody that you really kind of want to work things out with, or you've been working things out with, or that you've been kind of seeing at work. Okay, I get Libra very strong, so there could be a Libra connection here with you and another person. And it looks like some of you are going to, if you keep the way that you're keeping up with kind of disconnecting with the person, I do see that there's going to be a moving on. Some of you may become adamant that, I'm not necessarily ready for this like I thought I was, and you may leave or you may want to move on. But I do get this singular mentality as May proceeds forward, okay, with some Aries. So be careful with that. Definitely be honest with people about how you feel. Don't just continue to disappear or be so self-focused. Consider someone else and what they want. And obviously, think twice about bringing in another person into a relationship. So it looks like a little bit of scaling back to some old ways. So be careful with that. Okay. And it could be happening to you as well as you doing that to your mate as well. Okay. Okay. Because at the core of things, there is someone that you have a very strong soulmate, love connection to. But there could be somebody else that you find yourself kind of wanting as well. So that's what I have for you guys. Hopefully this has been helpful for you all for the mid part of up until, May 15th. This is what this reading is for. So the 1st to the 15th, for just first 2 weeks of this month. If you would like to share how this resonates with you, do so in the comment section below. You know that we would love to hear from you. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Aries.